I'm in Salad and I saw High Fidelity. It is directed by Stephen Ferrer. Ferrer? I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. This movie was requested by a Patreon. If you'd like to request a movie, go to patreon.com/ASEPresents. When I first saw this movie, I was like, well, okay, let me start with the cover art. I was like, oh, cool, cover art. I like this cover art. I wonder what it's going to be about. Is this about another record store? Having done Empire Records, I was like, oh, there seems to be a theme here. I like this train of movies that I'm watching. On with the movie, though. So you get the movie starts with main character. He's a sad one. I'm going to refer to him as Sad Boss Man. Yeah, that's his name. Sad Boss Man. He can't do good with the women. The movie starts with him being broken up with by Laura. Laura is she's such a strong, independent woman. She's a lawyer. She has big brain. She's big brain. And it's pretty great. But, you know, it causes a breakup. But then, during this whole sequence, he talks to the camera, where it's like, oh, here's a couple of my breakups. Breakup number 1, I was in 7th grade, and she kissed me, and then she kissed another guy. And I felt so distraught. And I was like, okay, I like how this is going. I really like the delivery of the plot just through the main character. It's kind of like Malcolm in the Middle in a way, but this was in 2000. Malcolm in the Middle was like around there, I guess. So, same era. But still, it was pretty, I was like, oh, I'm digging this. I'm liking this already. And then he goes through like his other girlfriends. Some of them, they leave due to like some circumstances, like, oh, there's another guy I want to kiss and love, and he seems awesome and great, and you seem like a loser who doesn't change, who just owns a record store. And of course he's miserable owning a record store, and he has a couple of pals, right? Jack Black is one of them. Honestly, one of my favorite characters, just because I love Jack Black as an actor so much. It's just as young too. I was like, wow, this is Jack Black and he's younger. I was not expecting it at all. And then I was also realizing, Jack Black is like 20 in this film. He's at least twice my age. Wow. Oh boy, that's a trip to think about. But anyway, you get Jack Black's character and the other characters are negging the customers on their music choice, like, oh, you haven't even listened to this and you're complaining about not a new sequel to this album that you're liking, and you haven't even listened to this, and you're like, oh, it looks good. I'll be like, but this is the sequel to the album! Here, listen to it, enjoy! And that's he's so aggressive, and he's so mean. He just ignores customers to talk to like the other staff members, and I'm like, no, this is how you're gonna lose your business. If you don't talk to the customers, you kind of dismiss them away, and like, hold on, just give me a second. You're interrupting something very important here, which is a conversation. Oh no, this is a look of my disappointment and disapproval, and I'm curious as to how it's so busy. Wow, there's so many people in this record store sometimes it's like very empty. And so there's time to do some shenanigans, and other times it's completely full, and it's like, wow, does this business make money or not? I'm so curious. I'm very curious. But anyway, it's a whole like rigmarole of he's trying to like not even stalk. Well, I guess it is stalking Laura, because Laura is just so sad. By sad, I mean the guy that she went for is pretty sad. Some older guy. She's like, oh, I'm just gonna go to this guy. And of course, he starts off by saying, "Oh, I don't even care. You can leave. Go on. Shoo. Be gone." But then he gets like, "Oh, wait. Have you slept with him? Have you slept with him at all?" He keeps asking, he asks us on a date. She's like, "Fine. Yes, I have slept with him." And then he gets super angry and upset. But it's like, dude, you're not in a relationship anymore. Doesn't matter. It also is very awkward when both pairs of parents are like, "Oh yeah, this is so lovely. I love this people. We're going to invite them to the wedding." No, it's a funeral or something. Invites them to a funeral. It's because the dad dies. Laura's dad dies. And this is what clicks it. From like this weird cat and mouse chase game where he's like, "I don't know if I love her. Will I be skipping from rock to rock to rock all of my life? Or will I be just I need to find someone to just love and protect and cherish. And I found that with you, Laura," says the main character guy. Sad boss man, that's what that was the name I gave him. And he's, honestly, I'm really happy that him and Laura do eventually get back together, because it's so sweet. I keep focusing on the Laura and other guy subplot because it's the one that like gave me the most emotional resonance. I was like, by the end I was like kind of crying. To be honest, I was like, no, this is so sad. But now they get back together and it's such a happy, nice family that they get to be. But so there's a couple of hooligans kind of earlier within the actual the couple of hooligans. They're there. They're stealing records, and catches them. They get caught, right? Because they're not very clever about it. That they like show all of these things that they have stolen. It's a bunch of records, a bunch of miscellaneous records, and of course, they're judging them on their music tastes. Wow. But then, pretty later on, there's a tape, and it's them, and they're really rocking good. It's really good. It's like surprisingly good. It's like, this is them? I see this as a little rough, right? But I want to sell y'all's records. I get the cost of upfront, and then once that happens, once I've broken even pretty much, then you guys have half and half. Does that sound good? They're like, yeah, cool. I'm like, wow, that was really noble of him. He just wants to make some sort of impact on those people. That's pretty nice and lovely. I love it. And then there's also like this whole, there's a whole arc where Jack Black's character is trying to play some sort of guitar in a band. Everyone's like, "Oh, you suck at a band, you suck at singing." There's even a poster about it. And he's trying to get people to sign up. And he's just like, "Yeah, I'm a good singer. I can sing." And the end is like they're at a party, right? And him and Laura are super nice and cute and lovely, right? And then Jack Black's character goes on singing, and he's a really good singer. I'm like, no, oh my goodness, I love it. I'm fangirling. This is pretty awesome. I like this a lot. And then the movie ends, and it's like nice and sweet. Whew, this is such a sweet movie. I really like the narration style. I felt like this movie resonated a little bit just because Jack Black it's like, oh, you gotta break up and you just keep skipping rock to rock. And at some point, when do you settle? I guess. Because he gets like, he even like has a crush on a girl when he gets back together with Laura. And he's starting to make a tape of her. And then he's like, oh, you know what? Here's a realization. I would rather just deal with our real problems than just fake fantasy ones. You know, I just want to settle down. And that's pretty sweet. And I gotta give this movie a solid 7.7 out of 10. If you like that content and more content on patreon.com/ASEPresents, $3 a month for daily vlogs plus extended mint salad saws, $20 a month. You get one review per 1 month. So go check out patreon.com/ASEPresents. All other links in the link tree down below in the description. On my Fansly, I'm answering all fan DMs. So go check out fansly.com/titsmintsalad. Until next time, I'm in Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.